This is what happens to mortals who step out of line. An implant. They must have taken that from a corpse. This implant could be useful. I've never seen a machine like that. It's a perfect fit. Let's see how it works. There, I've got an implant, but it's blinking. There's something flashing under their skin. That's not very discreet.
Clearance implant required.
That doesn't work on corpses. I can fix that. They don't know everything about us yet. A closet. Disappointing. How strange.
Higher clearance required.
Restricted access. Interesting. They haven't been used for years. Closed. These hallways, they converted a hospital.
Hey! Who are you? You shouldn't be on this floor. Identify yourself immediately, or I'm calling security.
It's entirely normal for me to be here. You have nothing to worry about.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a little stressed out. Usually the men in suits stay downstairs. But you seem different. In a good way. Not like those Vatican guys, but I shouldn't say anything.
You seem nervous. Is everything all right?
Not really. Ever since those nut jobs took over, they've been acting like they run the place. Without a red implant, you can't do anything around here anymore. And I don't think your colleagues appreciate being kept in the dark. Before they came here and changed everything, it was actually pretty simple.
What do you mean?
Now there are tons more clearance levels. They're really proud of that downstairs. But the truth is, there are tons of errors all the time, and everyone has to update their implants constantly.
Is that why mine doesn't work on the closet?
Is that the first time it's happened to you? Unbelievable!
What do I need to do?
Just like everyone else, we're following procedure.
My question isn't about the protocol, but what you can do to help a colleague in need.
Yeah, I get it. I've got a bunch of green implants in the safe in my office. The code is 423. You can take one, but you have to remember to bring it back.
Thank you.
Of course.
Here are the implants. No red implants. They're reserved for the Society of St. Leopold. Blue implants. I have one already.
There's no more room in the morgue.
Here we go. New clearance. Good. Let's see where this takes me. This base is bigger than I thought. It's not going to be that easy to find Stanford.
Don't move!
Easy there, soldier. I've got to...
On your knees! Hands behind your head!
Lower your weapon and let me through.
On your knees, I said! Now!
He resisted. How? I have important information to pass on. It's urgent.
I have to check. Nobody told me.
Not surprising. I have an implant. Let me identify myself. We've already wasted enough time.
Get in there.
Scan your implant.
Are we all right?
Yeah. Next time, let me know.
That was close. I'll have to be careful. It's much larger than I thought.
Damn! Unbelievable! Fucking implants! Yeah, it's me again. I can't get into anything. I'm telling you, the database is locked. If I keep it up, I'll block the entire system. Sorry, I don't see what else I can do to help you. I'd ask Stanford himself, but he's not on this floor. The archives? You think so? Maybe. I'll take a look. Well, if I could open the door. It'll open in a minute. I hope.
This appears to be from the last century. Different laboratory wings.
That's the problem with security doors from the Stone Age. It'll open in a minute. I hope. That's the problem with security doors from the Stone Age.
A blast door. This base must have been used during the Cold War.
I don't understand.
An implant database. If it were unlocked, I could locate Stanford, but I would need a red implant to do that. One from the Society of St. Leopold. What do these symbols mean?
That should work.
Oh, what now? Please, the door won't open. I thought your test was over.
Yeah, but you have to put everything back the way it was, otherwise the security blocks everything. I'll take care of it, but I have to finish this first.
Very practical.
That's why we do our tests in the middle of the night.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're in a hurry, you can take a look.
I'll wait.
That changed the number that's displayed.
There we go. Finally. I hope I find something in the archives, but I doubt I will.
It looks like a converted military base. Left over from the Cold War, most likely. So much hostility. This kindred must have suffered.
Hurry up, Henry. What part of I need those results wasn't clear? A child would understand. Why can't you?
When you're done with that, get started on cleaning the last tank.
Very well.
Gallagher's not gonna like this. What? What do you want? My time is precious, and I've got a boss breathing down my neck. So if you have no business here, either leave, or I'll call your friends to drag you out of here.
I'm doing an inspection.
Oh, should I call you Inspector, then? There's nothing to investigate here. We're working, something you might not be familiar with. Now, get out of my way.
she has a red implant that could help me find Stanford.
Rather effective. That shut a lot of them up. Who developed this amazing weapon? No, not her. There's no way.
Higher clearance required.
No, that doesn't work. Access to the pyrolysis controls is locked. I'm going to need a key. There's a red implant. It might be the one I'm looking for. There must be a way to get him out of here. Excuse me.
If you're looking for a little light reading, this is not the place.
I'm looking for something a little different.
Can I help you?
I see that we have collected a lot of things.
Yes, and it can be complicated to find your way around. What are you working on?
I'm researching interrogation methods.
I understand. It's not at all my specialty, but I recommend that you look at the works from the Middle Ages. The Spanish Inquisition was particularly effective in extracting confessions from heretics and other things.
Thanks for the advice.
I don't know what they can feel, but I remember reading something about a retractor used on a particularly sensitive part of the body.
The person in charge here, if I needed to talk to him, how would I go about doing it?
It's not easy. In general, Father Joseph doesn't leave the conservation area until he has finished his work. If he's restoring something, it can take a long time. He locks himself in with everything he needs, food and drink, and we don't see him again until he's done.
Not even a short break?
He's stubborn. Some days he impresses me, others he worries me. That's just what it's like working with him.
So he doesn't come out?
That doesn't mean he can't be reached. He approves every request to borrow a book from the conservation area through a computer system.
So, if I request a book, he'll come and hand-deliver it to me?
No, it's automatic. He'll just approve the request. His work is very important. We do everything we can not to interrupt him. I'd rather you not disturb him.
Just curious.
I see.
I'll be going now.
coming. Ah, thus Cain went to Abel.
Excuse me.
My conviction might not be as strong as it used to, but I can still sense your true nature. My stomach is in knots. I'm not wrong, am I?
And you aren't crying out for help.
Should I? We could just have a conversation. Quietly.
Why?
I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. To meet a kindred face to face. Who knows? Maybe you'll also learn something from the exchange. I am Father Joseph Manna.
You can call me Galeb.
Galeb? Very well. That's a much better start to our conversation. Or an exchange of best practices. I consider myself an interpreter of the great book of your existence. And you are a fascinating subject.
You might be exactly what I'm looking for here. We could work together, but you're siding with the barbarians. A scholar like you has no place here.
You're mistaken about us. Our common interest is to understand you.
Then you must be blind.
What makes you say that?
You're just trying to eliminate us as efficiently as possible.
We study you. Our methods may certainly be questionable, but...
Questionable? You call systematic immolation a method? Your need to soothe your conscience speaks volumes.
You may be right. It's never easy to realize that you're on the wrong side, is it?
It's not too late to open your eyes.
Perhaps. And perhaps I could also make the same argument regarding you. Admit that we can't just stand by and do nothing. Vampires are a threat. Why should I help you?
Just think of all that we could do together. A mutually beneficial partnership would be ideal for a researcher such as yourself.
Indeed. An unprecedented alliance. The offer is tempting, I admit. You must understand my hesitation. If you were in my shoes, would you trust yourself? You're not a sheep. That's obvious. But that doesn't mean you'd help your enemies.
You made your decision when you chose not to call security. There's no reason to hesitate now.
You don't understand the predicament in which I find myself. It seems so simple when you say it. But if evil is among us, it will be difficult to defeat. Like the snake in the Garden of Eden.
So, I'll cut off its head.
You mean to kill Monsignor Stanford? You're mad. That's not the solution.
I understand your doubts, but I need your help. Now.
Are you begging me because you know I'm a religious man?
I'm not begging you. I'm telling you there are more serious problems.
This is still my decision, isn't it?
Think about it. I could go find your colleagues. Then what would happen? Nothing good will come of trying to hide the truth from me.
That's not a tactic that will encourage me to cooperate. I thought you were endowed with greater civility. I'm sorry, but I can't continue our conversation. Nothing you can say will make me change my mind.
Think over your decision carefully.
I will, but for the time being, I must ask you to leave. Go in peace. I won't tell anyone you're here. Farewell.
Not so fast. I cannot allow you to live.
What? No.
I'll take that. At least he won't tell anyone about me. And his implant could be useful. I have a red implant. Will it allow me to see Stanford's location? The elevator just came down. The implant was deactivated. I need to be careful. That's the key to my cover.
I don't understand.
Welcome, Tertiary Manny.
Very well. Let's see what I have access to now. Shit. Wrong implant. GPS location is still unavailable. I'll have to find Stanford another way.
There he is! Take him downstairs.
Today is September 6th, 2019. This is confession number 6, conducted by Father Walter Stanford. I'm being assisted by Agents Hawthorne and Beck from SAD. The blank body was apprehended in our laboratory. I imagine you used one of your little magic tricks on the guards at the entrance to get inside. I don't recommend that you attempt that with me.
I must endure this.
Very well. Let's get down to the heart of the matter. Begin by identifying yourself.
He knows more than he's letting on. I must be careful.
Come on now. Silence is not the remedy. You disappoint me. I expected more maturity from an old leech like yourself. We know all about you, Galeb, Suleiman, Parasite. They're all just synonyms. Repeat after me, Suleiman. Confiteor Deo Omnipotenti. Repeat. Mea culpa. Mea maxima culpa. Bear your guilt until your imminent final death. Bear it, and may the Lord have mercy on you. But let's not waste our time on trivial matters. You're a businessman. After all, time is precious to you, even if you have all eternity at your disposition.
What do you want?
I ask the questions, you answer. Things will be clearer that way. What did you hope to accomplish by coming here? Come now. You're not a shy one. I know that already. You'll learn that I admire courage. But sometimes it comes with a price. Pray, if you still can. Domine la Maybe you'll stop your foolishness now. Be that as it may, you managed to find us. How?
We have eyes everywhere. Did you really think we wouldn't notice anything?
Impressive. Not to mention the fact that you managed to get in here. That's no small feat for a vampire alone. Were there any lost souls that helped you?
I was helped, actually. You should be more careful in choosing your man, Stanford.
Give me a name.
Joseph Manor.
Ah. Unlike St. Paul on the road to Damascus, our poor Joseph has done quite the opposite, and finally renounced his faith. We shall take immediate action against him.
That won't be necessary.
Let's try something else now. A subject that's especially dear to me. I know there's a place where you believe you are in safety. Since you know where we are, don't you think it's only fair that you tell us where you are?
We don't have any place like that anymore.
Do you take me for an idiot? You leave me no choice. I'm going to have to purify you.
I can't take it anymore.
Oh, you wretched creature. How? Remove that before we continue. It seems we've caught another who's of greater interest than you.
Who?
See you soon, Galeb.
What the... shit? Where am I?